It's Week 7 of the NFL, and all eyes are on the dual threat Lamar Jackson. He's coming off a nice week throwing the ball, 4 touchdown throws. It's the Bears and the Browns, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 23.
They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. That's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Cleveland Browns and the Chicago Bears. Brandon Gaudin joined as always by Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Bears in this one, they've got to be thinking, hey, we've got a good chance to be successful here running the football.
No doubt about that, because that has to be their mindset. It should be their mindset. This is one of the better rushing offenses in the league, and they're squaring off against a team that's not at all strong on the other side of the ball. So this could be one where we see this offense try to impose their will through the trenches, and in fact, they should.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They will be led out by their dual-threat quarterback, the veteran from Clemson. It's Deshaun Watson.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well. Won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Now Watson got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Back to throw, Watson. Oh, fires this one downfield for Chubb. And incomplete on the deep ball. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. But they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make the play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They run it again with Chubb. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. A 2-yard gain. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. To throw is Watson. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Plenty of of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those? So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Watson now to throw. Touchdown, Browns. Quez Watkins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. No return here for Patterson, so they'll begin things at the 25-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. As we get a look at a guy who grew up in Florida, played his college ball, of course, in Louisville. It's the electric Lamar Jackson.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you got to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 18 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt, they made some slight adjustments in how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago: 18 carries and even 60 yards and a touchdown.
He comes into this one ranked 9th in the NFL in rushing. I think that every member of that offense knows exactly where he sits. You can see it from every one of them out there. They're all fully committed to making this a game where it really breaks free and climbs a couple of spots.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. From the 50, it's Watson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And so that would overturn. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. They'll pick up a 7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on 3rd down. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here. Two-yard line. taking the give. Now Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Here's Watson. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 21. On first down, Watson. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. This offense so far on third down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 2. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4. York able to send this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
Take it in at the 3. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now it's Jackson. And his throw here's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And connecting here with DJ Shark. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. One heck of a third down conversion, 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing is Jackson. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 25 yards that time. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. The touchdown. Here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson Watson to Njoku there for the Cleveland first.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Watson's throw taken in by Cooper here. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And the Bears are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next. Offense. After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Throwing again on second down. Jackson eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. So here are the Browns to take over. They're in the driver's seat right now, and they were winners last week over the Seattle Seahawks, so trying to keep that momentum moving in the positive direction. And some room to roam now. 74 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. I think you'd have to say Nick Chubb, pound for pound, one of the most powerful runners in the NFL. He proved it there. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. T.J. Edwards. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Throwing on second and long. Watson over the middle. That's caught by Schwartz. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Watson off play action. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Going up top. That's into a crowd and intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And the Bears are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Legal block in the back. Offense.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
First down.
Watson on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving it. Without having to run very far.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes. Steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack. Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Throwing on second and long. Watson. He's got Njoku over the middle. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They're leading right now and on the heels of that victory last week against Arizona. 1st and 10 as they start this drive. The drive will start with an option going left. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. He'll be second and a couple. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games. And we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. Flush to his right. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Here's Jackson to throw. Flushed out right. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 23. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. And this is caught at the 8. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
Oh, he pulls over it. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 93 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And again, it's Chubb. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Watson. Escaping the pressure. Touchdown! Anthony Schwartz from 10 yards out. And the Browns are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive, because they had to be saying, we have put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Watson. And he's got it. So they try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He is hoping to find the end zone for a third time, and we sit now in the third quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
A big pickup of 38. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Johnson. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get it. Back now at Soldier Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Jackson going to tuck it down on the option. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. This offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Jackson. The open man is Shark. It's complete. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Oh, he fakes a spike. And he's going to get into the end zone. So the fake spike works, and they score. Lamar Jackson, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bears will add to their fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. They'll start with the option. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move was there, but didn't buy him a whole lot. They'll give him 4 yards there. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. And what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They find some open field here. And out across midfield down to the 45. 146 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. The job one to pick up the first down is complete. That was a big 3rd down conversion, but they got to watch the clock. It's starting to become their enemy a bit here in a 2-score game.
Which means they have to pick up the pace, right? The tempo has to be up. And what they do is they tell the quarterback in his helmet, hey, listen, when we pick up the first down here, tell everyone we're going. We're moving now to 2-minute offensive phase, and everyone on the bench area, they're waving them along too. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Now a first down throw. Watson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watkins. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And they'll get this down to the 10. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes him from the 10 down to the 6.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and make...
And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Browns have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point by York is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From the 6. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts as always opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Right back to him on first down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. On the move to his left. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Now the big play pushes him all the way out to the 40 now for first down. Watson completes to Njoku, and they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Watson trying to get his guys moving. Watson's throw taken in by Watkins here. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 29-yard line. Now Watson. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. And Chubb will try the middle here. And they they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Very much in range for a tying field goal as they hurry to the line. And he will find his man on the outside. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Watson to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. A lot of pressure here for Cade York. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one is right through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Room here to run. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even and overtime. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So it's the Bears who will have the first chance to win this thing as we are underway here in overtime. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's.
There he goes, right side. Past the 20. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. So it's a win here for the Cleveland